a good way to start the show?
Welcome back to Mario Superstar Baseball.
No! That didn't actually start the show, did it?
Oh my god! The first thing that fucking went was the whoa! Oh my god!
It's alright, no one knows who I am and no one watches this dumb show.
Tyler Siofi, I'll link his Twitter.
First of all, I don't have a Twitter, and second of all,
don't
stop. Why are you saying my last name on camera?
It's just gonna be baseball fans looking you up, bro.
Oh gosh.
You don't even know how to spell that.
We have Andrew Calvary, youtube.com/City Hall. Look up City Hall being fun. We got the rock, paper, scissors going on. Nick Keller on the left, Matt Gill on the right. Now everyone's first and last name is on the table.
My social security was said in one of these.
Wait,
the whole thing?
No, that's not true.
Wait, Gill's.
I gotta find that.
Gill's last name is not.
Matt.
It is Gill. Wait, what?
Yeah, it's good.
So his name's Matt.
Oh, a very off-meta pick here with the Boomerang Bro so early.
Is Boomerang Bro not normally a first-round pick?
He's not normally a first-round pick. He's normally just a tad bit later. And seeing Boo 6th, that's rare. King Boo before Boo is only slightly off-meta, but very wrong in my heart of hearts.
Well, you know what I've actually noticed in my few videos here is that if Nick doesn't pick the Pink Menace, he's a pussy.
You know, I've noticed that when people pick the Pink Menace and they aren't significantly better than their opponent by a couple degrees of magnitude, they lose.
So are you telling me that Nick is indeed a pussy?
I'm telling you that the Pink Menace makes you 10 times worse.
So would you say that Nick is a 10 times pussy?
You know what you said?
I'd say that for other reasons.
You said pussy too many times in this video. I think we're done with that one.
You want me to stop saying it? You should pick the Pink Menace.
Listen, if Nick picks the Pink Menace and he loses, we're just gonna have
He has a cop-out. I don't see what the issue is.
another day of
He's
baseball.
gonna lose anyway. Nick's not good at video games.
What does Daisy have anti-synergy with? Does she have anti-synergy with PD?
I think it's the Bows.
The Bows, yeah.
It's just Bowser, Wario, and Waluigi.
Yeah, those guys are freaking gross.
I agree.
Alright, so you're on Monty Hall's game show, and he tells you, I have 3 doors here. Behind one of the doors is a Wario, behind one is a Waluigi, and behind the third is about $50,000. Do you open a door?
Absolutely.
I do not. I do not want to find Waluigi in real life ever. Thank you.
Do you think Nick's gonna go for that last pick as the weird thing that you guys make fun of? I don't even know what it looks like. I just know that you guys make fun of it. That's why I want to say it.
I think he's probably gonna pick Diddy Kong.
Diddy Kong's been picked.
Where? Oh, there he is. Oh, we already picked Diddy Kong.
Do it, Nick. Pick it for the meme. Pick the pink thing.
Do not pick the.
No,
pink
hold
thing.
on. I'm looking at the character screen. Nothing's even pink down
Wait,
there.
hold on. Check this out.
It's the blue guy
Hold on,
becomes
hold on,
pink.
hold on, hold on. I'm just gonna pick like an evil character real quick. Oh, okay. I literally thought that my fucking star rank went down 1 because it did. My star rank went down 1 because I picked Monty. What the fuck difference does it make? All right. Knock it.
Let the record show that we should all be proud of Nick for not caving in the peer pressure and picking the bad thing. I was really just testing him
You
all
were
along.
the only one pressuring
No, I'm
him.
just saying it was a test to see if he would cave, and he didn't. It's showing that he's strong-willed. He's a good moral thing for the children
Right,
watching.
So first of all, strong-willed, yes. Good morals, no.
No, that absolutely not.
Nick, what's the
The
least
things
moral
I have
thing
seen
people
and
have
heard
done?
of the, I'll tell you the least moral thing he's ever done.
All right,
Let's hear it, Andrew.
What's the least moral thing Nick's
He
ever
broke
done?
up with his girlfriend, kept using the Hulu, she asked him to stop, and then he just didn't.
Oh.
He just didn't stop.
He just used his ex-girlfriend's Hulu indefinitely?
Indefinitely
Are you
after a request to not do that.
Are you still using her Hulu?
No, he stopped because the password got changed.
Jesus. That's the
Do you,
kind of guy Nick
do you
is, I
want to
guess.
know what he said when I inquired as to why he was still using the Hulu despite her best wishes.
Oh, I would love to know what he said.
Fuck that bitch was his exact words.
Fuck that
What
bitch.
if she's watching?
Then she
Then
deserves
fuck that
to know.
bitch!
And I already told her.
Yeah, no, you didn't.
You think your
I did,
ex-girlfriends
yeah,
are
absolutely.
still obsessed with you to the point where they're watching your shitty YouTube channel?
Fair ball! No one's obsessed with me.
Andrew, what's the worst thing you've ever done?
Whoa, that's a good question, because I'm a pretty moral guy. If any of you think of it before I do, I would love to hear it, but I'll give that one a thought real quick.
I've got a good one.
Yeah?
Yeah, but I'll let you try first.
Alright, let me think here.
I'll fill up airtime while you think.
Okay, thank you.
So, with the knowledge I know of baseball, we've got the old Mushroom is pitching against the Magic Penguin. Magic Penguin hit a banger. We got the first run for the Bowser Bombs, which I believe is Gill's team.
Fucking hit?
That's nice.
That was a fucking banger.
The Magic Penguin did it. Now we have Wario at bat. I mean, I came into this one expecting Gill to win, because that's just the kind of guy I've known Gill for like about 2 hours now. And he just seems like a better video game player all around than Nick.
I beat Gill at Smash.
Nick beats him at Smash, which I didn't realize the name of this channel was Smash Club. I thought it was baseball. That's my mistake. I've only been here for a few seconds. Oh, and look at that. Another point for the G-Dog.
Alright, so I think I found what Nick is going to say is the worst thing I've ever done, and it wasn't bad, it was justice.
Well, let's hear
the
it.
shirt?
Yeah, the shirt thing.
The shirt was a weird situation, but I wouldn't say that's the worst.
Alright, well, what
please
is your...
tell us.
I really can't think of much, so I'd love to hear what you think it is.
Hey, Waluigi, can you not fucking do that? Thanks, asswipe. Alright.
Nick's outfit like breaking every single game I play against him.
Yeah, it's really ridiculous. Sorry, 3-0, not doing great. Alright, I'm taking the mic so I can talk while I play. Alright,
I don't like this.
just play, I'm good. Okay, so fucking, first of all, so Andrew, as we know him to be, is a mega virgin. Not a single man or woman has ever laid a hand or finger, or non-binary person has laid a hand or finger looking for any sort of sexual advance and or embrace on this young man.
Not even a smoochie.
Not even anything you could possibly think of.
I've kissed 2 men.
Well, that I've kissed my friends.
Oh, me too. I'm a straight white male who's only kissed men.
Alright, so anyway, there was one time where Andrew had a crush on a girl that lived next door to us.
Cute.
You know where this is going, Andrew?
Yeah, it's not a bad thing. It's not morally
It was
decrepit.
it's a little morally decrepit. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
So to protect the innocent, let's say her name was Rebecca. So
You fucking asshole.
the joke.
You knew I would laugh.
No,
I'm gonna
I know.
assume her name was
I'm pretty sure it was Rebecca.
it was okay. So we're not famous enough for it to matter. So yeah, her name is Rebecca. She lived near us at school, and Andrew thought she was cute. He had been given warnings like, she's a bitch, whatever, or, oh man, now she's gonna watch this. No, I'm just kidding.
Why do you
like,
think everyone from your past watches your YouTube channel?
it's a fucking joke, Tyler.
You missed out on a wonderful man.
Yeah, honestly. No.
Oh, there's a lot of people that did that.
Missed out on you.
Yeah. Anyway, so Andrew liked this girl, and he, over the course of a few, I guess, weeks, figured out that she got out of a class at like a certain time, and Andrew had a class in that like same like room that she had it in earlier in the day. So Andrew devised a plan, and that plan was to leave his binder there, and then when her class was ending, go in and get it, and then be walking home. And then like walk home with her and like ask her to lunch or something. Andrew, what kind of a like basis? Let's fucking go, King Boo. By the way, holy shit. What kind of basis were you on with Rebecca at this point? You were saying hello, right?
Yeah. So you needed to talk more, and what better way to talk than be walking parallel?
Sure.
I think this is a fine idea. So.
So so there's one day where I get out of class, I'm walking back, and I see Andrew waiting outside of the art building, just like his leg up on the wall. And I said, "Hey, Andrew, what are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm waiting for Rebecca to get out of class." And he's like, and I'm like, "You know that's like creepy, right?" And he was like, "Oh, I guess it is." And then we just walked back to the dorm together. He didn't go through with his plan because I told him it was creepy. Maybe I'm rude, or maybe I just had to read on the situation, but I didn't like it. I thought that it was weird.
Let me add that is truly the worst thing Andrew's ever done. He's
Yeah, like that
probably
can't be the worst.
Like you're
thing
probably
I've done.
going to heaven.
It's
if that's
definitely
the case.
it's definitely not the worst thing he's ever
It's
done.
a little non-tasteful. I think it was a cute little idea.
I think it's extremely tasteful. I think if that was the story your mom and dad told you about how they met,
Yeah,
you
you'd be
might
like,
you might
"Aw."
cry. Actually,
I agree. I'm all about. I support you, Andrew.
I support me too, but not anymore.
What the hell did Dixie Gong just do? Did you see that?
Yeah.
That was so strange. Alright, I'm gonna give you the mic
All right,
back.
I'll take the mic back. Tyler, what's the worst thing you've ever done?
Worst thing I've ever done. I accidentally knocked out a puppy.
Oh no! If it's an accident, then I mean, what's the
So-
most morally corrupt thing you've ever
Like
done?
unconscious?
Well, okay, so we were at this this girl Brittany was throwing a party because she had just bought herself a new puppy, and me and my friend Alex rolled through. And it was at night. It was like we were all camp co-counselors together, and me and Alex are like just chilling. And, like she showed up the puppy. Everyone was like, "Oh my god, so cute!" Blah blah blah. And now like it turned into like a pool party, classic teenage debauchery. And while they were in the pool, me and Alex were just chilling on the deck, and it was the summer, and I'm in shorts, and mosquitoes are out and about. And you know that thing you do when like you feel a mosquito on the back of like your calf, and instead of reaching down to scratch it, you use like your other leg to like scratch it with your foot.
Like where this is going.
So I felt the mosquito on the back of my calf, but instead of a mosquito, it was a 3-week-old beagle. And when I went to go scratch with my other foot, I just kind of kicked it in the head, and it fell over. And Alex was like, "Oh my god, you just killed a dog." And I was like, "Oh my god, I just killed a dog." And it wasn't like breathing or moving.
No!
And Brittany walked over and was like, "What's going on?" And I was like, "Oh, he fell asleep." And then the whole party came over and was like, "Oh." And then me and Alex left. I found out the next day the dog was fine. No one knows.
TK, get your dirty mitts off my egg ball!
To this day, at the people at that party, only me, Alex, and Alex's girlfriend at the time are the only ones that know it happened. So unless Brittany is watching this video, which I guess based on what Nick has said is the case.
Yeah, everyone found my pants low lapses. I cannot believe you knocked out a puppy. Yeah.
It was an accident, so I guess I don't know if that.
No, that's morally bad.
Well, it was like, I mean, I guess telling them all sleeping was a pretty morally
Yeah.
bad decision. I don't know if I have any like fueled by hate
Content.
things I've
Content?
done.
Content. This is content.
Oh, just you
Just
good
talk about
content,
the
or you
worst
want us
things
to
you've
talk
ever
about
done.
baseball anymore?
Oh, no, I don't care.
Okay, in that case, I have something that I remembered that was kind of mean that I did recently.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
I went to a theme park and I went on the crane machine to try to get a Ditto out of the little Pokemon thing, and I got it absolutely perfectly on a Ditto 5 times in a row, and it just, the crane machine was very obviously rigged. Like it got on there and it just was not strong enough to lift anything. So I was with my sister and she's like, "We should call the games manager and make him get us a Ditto." And I was like, "Yeah." And then he came over and he wasn't a very nice guy, which is why I wanted to be mean to him. And I asked him, like, "Hey man, I definitely got that Ditto really perfect. Can you like give me a refund or open up the machine and give me a Ditto?" And then he went, "No." And I'm like, "Well, this is a little bullshit. I mean, what do you expect me to do here?" And he went, "I don't know. If you win a different Pokemon, I could trade it in for a Ditto." So I'm like, all right. And I let him walk all the way back. And then I told my sister, I said, I don't like this guy. I'd like to make him walk across the park a couple times. I'd also like to accuse him of sexual harassment if you could help me out with that. So we went over to the park manager and we're like, hey, could we get a stuffed animal? This mean guy said if we exchange it, we can... And that guy was super nice. He gave us a stuffed animal, like, no question. So I went up there with a little unicorn, and I made him walk all the way back to the other end of the park to find me. And then I said, hey, I have this unicorn. Can I exchange it for a Ditto? And he went, no, it has to be a Pokemon. And I went, you know, no one ever wins that machine. I don't care what you tell me. No kids are winning that machine. So then he went up and he opened up the machine. I thought he was getting me a Ditto. He was just showing me the win statistics. And he's like, look, here's how many 73 people won the machine in the past 2 weeks. And I look at the number below it and I went, yeah, out of 18,000 attempts. That's like way less than 1%. Are you the one that sets the strength on the claw? And then he nods his head a little bit, and I'm like, you know, that's not cool, man. And I saw you looking at my sister, and I don't appreciate that. If you don't want any trouble, I suggest you give me a refund and fix your machine. And then he said, no, I can't do that. And I went, all right, you can leave. I waited about 20 minutes, and then I talked to the little teenager there again. I'm like, could you call the manager back again? And then he came back, and he said, did you win a Pokemon to exchange? And I said, no. Are you going to give me one? And he said, no. And I said, okay, I'm leaving the park. Have a nice day. And then I told the manager guy, like, you're, the guy who works here is a total dick. You should definitely fire him.
That's amazing.
God, you're such a rich white person.
That's
Ew.
so good. I love that story. I think that's morally sound. I think
That
you
guy
did the
doesn't
right thing.
get paid enough to be nice to you.
I think you could tell he really enjoyed not giving kids prizes.
This was recently?
Like summer.
Yeah, it's pretty recent.
I'll say.
How's the game go? We should, like, it's top of the 7th already. Wow.
Yeah, we've been pitching and fielding really well.
Is Gill winning?
Yeah.
Yeah, that sounds about right. That adds up.
What's your fucking problem, Tyler? I'm gonna beat the shit out of you on Hall Cam after this.
What's Hall Cam?
It's like Face Cam, but for City Hall.
It's not Hall Cam, it's Ball Cam for baseball.
Oh, you're right. When you're right.
Gil, what's the worst thing you've ever done?
Oh, God. Oh, you got... I really I have my brain for this.
Yeah, you're also gonna have to talk into the mic.
Yeah, so we'll hit you up in the post game interviews.
Right,
for now, we had a game that was going on underneath our noses here this whole time. It's a close game too. Close game with above 0 points is rare, and it's fun to see.
It seems good.
What is who's at the bottom? Yeah,
Is that glitch still happening?
Yeah.
the loading glitch. That's nice.
It's weird.
I look forward to the post-game interview when we're asking Gil about how he won, and
You're
That's not
such
the
an
worst
asshole.
thing he's
Shut
ever-
up! I'll kill you.
you can
Yeah,
kill me if you
Waluigi's
win. I'll
bat
let you
is
do it on
famously
camera.
bad.
I have 2 innings to win.
That's not enough innings for you, Nick.
I've
Everyone
already
knows
played
that.
7.
All he needs is one run.
One run to tie it. That's not a win.
Well, then it goes into overtime, and then it's anyone's game.
So if I give Nick permission to kill me if he wins and then he goes through with it, is that the worst thing he's ever morally done?
Yes.
Probably not.
I would say no. I would say
I
like
had permission there.
yeah, the Hulu thing was like actually pure greed and malice.
You know what? You want to hear the even funnier part about it?
Yeah,
What?
absolutely.
I have like the student Spotify, so I could have just signed up for like Hulu
For free?
Yeah, he gets
like,
free Hulu.
Spotify for free. Yeah, and I just never did because I was lazy.
Did you using her Hulu actually affect her in any way?
No, it literally didn't at all. That's why I don't care.
It affected the recommended shows.
Oh, it was all
She
probably
liked-
anime.
She get a bunch of cartoons.
She likes Steven.
Cartoons aren't even real content.
Fuck.
Well,
I
well, hang on.
Hang on there, ball.
It's so easy to
Are
make
you
fun
aware
of
that
Nick.
Neon Genesis Evangelion, the greatest show ever made, was a cartoon?
I've never heard of that. All those words you said don't sound real to me. Is that a real show you just named?
It's a Japanese anime made by in the East. Perhaps you've heard of Asia.
I have heard of Asia.
What's your favorite part about Asia?
My favorite, like, when you say part about Asia, do you mean like a thing that I
Thing-
like about
thing you
Asia
like,
or
yeah.
a country?
Thing you like about Asia?
I'm a big fan of sushi.
Yeah, I was about to say the same exact thing.
Sushi is super good.
Uh,
I haven't had it this year, but it's a good thing.
While technically not a product of Asia, I really like fake Asian accents.
You mean like intentionally racist
Yeah.
comedy accents?
I saw a very angry Instagram post saying your funny Chinese accent is not funny and it's just racist.
Mm-hmm.
I completely disagree. They're hilarious.
That was the worst.
They
fucking
sound
ending
funny.
ever.
Well, for the sake of the viewers at home who've probably never heard a Chinese accent, can
Can
you
we talk about the
demonstrate?
game?
It's Bowser time.
Yeah, look, the game looks cool. Nick's gonna lose.
It's Bowser Boomerang Bro, top 9.
Yeah, but I mean, he's already got the lead here. It's this run's a lot less important than the run you have to score next.
Who's at bat right now, Nick?
It's Gill.
It was Gill at bat, so Nick's definitely gonna lose.
Well, we don't know about that one.
Do we not know about that one?
I'm gonna say Nick's chances of winning dipped by about 30% with that run. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna give him about a
Well,
10% chance.
Look
to
at the
win
bright
now.
side. He has no outs, so there's only room for him to go down.
Yeah, that's why I'm hitting it at 10%.
So Andrew, you want that Chinese accent that you find so funny?
Nick seemed pretty adamant about he wants us to talk about baseball, so I'm gonna keep the subject on baseball. Diddy Kong Super
The
Catch,
game's
good
almost over,
outfit.
and I mean, it was close. I just fucking... I tried to pitch to Bowser, and that's what happens, folks.
I wouldn't say the game's over yet.
This guy's mocking our commentary style, and this is gonna have the most
Oh my God,
views
you're
out of
telling me
any.
Fuck off.
Donkey Kong's not happy with that one.
Donkey Kong.
All right, come on, Toadette. Let me see you go yard with Toadette.
Oh!
He's got sliding catch.
I don't think he'd
No, he
do.
doesn't.
He just has long arms.
He's a lanky
All right,
boy.
Diddy on the front. I think this is a lost game.
He's got a chance, I guess. It just isn't a big one.
Not with Diddley Kong.
I mean, as I said, I lay it all on the line. If Nick wins this game, he could kill me. We can do it live on camera. It could be a treat for the viewing
the
audience.
ball cam. All right, Yoshi and Birdo is a lineup I like to get 2 runs pushed out here. Not anymore.
It could have bounced off her face.
All right, final chance.
What if
2
he-
outs on here.
Maybe if he
You can get the Birdo and then the run with Petey, and then it's sealed.
He got
There
the egg.
is
He got a good. That's a
absolutely
good
a
egg.
chance to hit this game if he just hits the outside leaf on Peter here.
Is Petey next? Is
Peter is next.
This is a.
Even
this
if
is
Peter gets a single and
He
King
could
Boo
tie it
dunks
up.
it.
He could tie.
Oh,
it up.
that was
Oh,
almost
that's
going up.
close.
No!
Oh, and that's the game.
Running deep into the foul line, showing us that Dixie could pull some weight.
I'm sorry for all you viewers at home who I ruined it for on the first inning when I said Nick was gonna lose, but like, hey, we all knew Nick was gonna lose.
These spoilers. All right, let's hear from Nick. You seem pretty upset by this game.
Yeah.
Close one, huh?
Yeah, I mean, it was. The morale of the team was pretty low going off. I'm tired. No Johns, truly no Johns. But my morale was just a little bit low. I went in, the 3 right off the cuff, fucking, that shit hurted. But we were able to, I mean, as you can see, our fielding and pitching was just, like, really strong for, like, the rest of it. As you can see, there's a lot of zeros.
9-5 on the H is
Yeah,
tight.
I mean, this is a nice way to put that.
Thanks.
Yeah, there's lots of zeros all over the place. I'm feeling like, I don't know if it... God, pitching to Bowser's so hard. Because I thought I had it figured out, and then we saw him get a nice outside one at his first home run. I guess that was a 3-run homer.
You think you agree with Bowser MVP?
I mean, yeah. He fucking scored every run for Gill's team.
Yeah, I agree too.
Yeah, so that, I don't know. That just felt, that home run at the end just felt bad, but I was like, I had 0 outs, no men on base. I could have probably walked Bowser, but you know.
I thought I had confidence that I'd be able to pitch to him, but truly, as the old god stated, and the new common folk will tell you, Bowser wins games. Clearly, he does. He's the only fucking character who scored any runs. I don't know. I hope to hear it from Gill, but I don't know why the fuck he keeps picking Bowser against me. Gill is a fucking textbook Yoshi Birdo player, and he keeps picking Bowser and Wario and DK against me, all characters that I really like to have. So I don't know what that's about, if he's counter picking me or he's just changing it up. I think it's a counter pick. But yeah, just a fucking overall nightmare. I mean, we were pitching and batting good, and I tried to keep a smile on my face, but throwing that homer to Bowser, I mean, I might just drop dead after this one. Not kill myself, my body's just gonna give out. So don't come hunting after me. Ask me another. I was gonna say.
Gone long enough.
I was gonna say it's your turn now.
All right, Gil. Let's hear it from you. Which player do you think won MVP? Was it Bowser?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I maybe could have argued Magic Koopa because I think he had. Did he get a? Can I borrow your control for a second there? I think did he have a base hit every at bat this game? He went 3 for 4.
That's good.
That's not bad.
So-
That's not bad.
He could have been up there, but obviously Bowser had 3 of the runs. Oh no, Magic Koopa scored 1 of my runs. But obviously I think Bowser's 2 home runs and 3 RBIs kind of sealed it.
Yeah.
Bowser's still absolutely disgusting.
Gil, can you tell me why this was the easiest win of your Mario baseball
It's
career?
not funny.
Bowser.
Well, so Bowser's that good, huh? Is he like the number 1 on the tier list?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's either him or Birds.
He's number 2.
Okay.
Wow, I mean, it's good knowledge to have as a new player.
Yeah, I think I personally put Bowser at number 1 over Birdo, but I have no problem with the tier list.
Yeah.
Besides Diddy Kong.
Is Diddy Kong not the bottom?
No, I put him mid tier.
Mid tier.
I think he's the best outfielder to get next to Yoshi.
Really good. It's good to hear.
All right, do we have any other thoughts, perhaps,
Yeah,
like Nick
I
was
think,
talking about why you picked Bowser over Yoshi Birdo?
I picked Bowser when I played Nick because I know Nick's a good enough player to. I know he's a good enough player to put runs up on the board with Bowser, so I figure if I take that away from it, it won't throw him off that much because they'll still have Birdo Yoshi. But I think I would rather risk an egg ball over a 3/4 of the time home run.
I'm a little bit offended, but it's extremely true. I don't hit home runs with Bowser as often as anyone else.
So, Gil, why don't you do us the favor of closing us out with what is the worst thing you've ever done?
Oh,
Oh jeez.
okay.
You owe it to
27 minutes.
he,
You got plenty of time.
he owes it to
yeah,
the
shit.
audience.
All right. So last fall semester first started, I didn't have a roommate. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll have a room to myself for a few weeks.
Mhm.
And then I think 2.5 to 3 weeks later, I get a text from one of my RAs. She's like, hey, this kid's going to move into your room. He's going to come in probably sometime this weekend or something, whatever. He's like, whenever he can come in. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. So this kid moves in. I meet him. I figure it's like, all right, he's whatever. He's not bad. I can kind of tolerate him. The week after comes that, little did I know how horrible of an first impression that was. This kid was a very egotistical person. He kind of thought he was better than everyone in my suite, and everyone here was just like, nah, we're not dealing with that at all. So obviously a bunch of other shit happened, but I'm not gonna rant because it'll turn this to a 40-minute video. So I'm not gonna do that.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened was, this was the big kicker. One day I was in my our little common area. I think I was playing zombies or something. He comes over. He was showing me something that he does for work. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna go get something from my car quick. I'll be right back. He leaves. This man leaves a hunter's knife on my couch next to me. I'm like, and I didn't notice it at first, and it felt like a glare. I was like, what is that glare? I looked over, and there's this giant ass blade. I was like, excuse me. So I took a picture of this. I sent it to my RA. I was like, get this kid out of my room as fast as possible. I don't care what it takes. Get him the fuck out. And it got worse because I had to get the police involved because he wasn't legally allowed to have that. So I had to talk to 3 officers, file reports to all of them. 2 of them went into the room and they said, yeah, you can't be in here. They had to bring him somewhere else off campus. And I went to my other friend's house so I was just like, I can't be in this room tonight. Can I come over? And she was completely cool with it. So then after that, I was talking to another RD because my RD wasn't working that week. And she emails me, I think like a day or 2 later. She's like, he's gone tomorrow morning. She's like, just don't be in the suite. She's like, go to the library or like go somewhere. And she's like, I'll call you when he's gone. And then she called me like half hour later. She's like, he's gone. And as an update, he's banned from my building. He's banned from my room. And he's banned from talking to anyone that lives with me or anyone that is associated with me unless it is a teacher.
Wow.
That sounds like just a good move on your part.
I can ban some people from talking to me.
That's also not a bad thing that you did.
I mean, I kind of forced the kid out, but
Yeah,
I mean,
but
I
he had a
could,
hunting knife.
He may have killed you.
yeah,
I
that's
mean,
true.
probably not, but like.
I mean, I said a lot of like fucked up and racist shit to him, but I'm not gonna say.
Oh, okay.
Well, maybe you're the bad guy.
Hey, you forgot to put that part in.
Well,
It's like, by the way, I'm extremely racist.
it's in now.
All right, it's
You
it.
know what, Gil? What ethnicity was this person?
He was from
Uh-oh.
Israel.
Gil!
Oh no! You can't insult that minority.
Was he a transfer from
Alright,
Dale
let's
Hall?
not get
Let's
too
not,
let's not get too
no,
specific.
no specific.
I
No
know
specific.
who it is! Cut the feed!
Cut the feed! Cut the feed! Wait, we need pro tips! Did you close it?
Oh my god, I did, but it didn't work. Oh my god,
way.
God wanted us to have pro tips.
We need pro tips.
Wait.
Hold on, don't talk.
Don't say the names.
Okay,
You can
alright.
say it after the video.
Alright, pro
We
tips
need
from
pro. Let's
Sergio.
calm down.
I'll be Sergio.
Pro tip. Nick is going to be the honorary Sergio. Sergio, do you have any pro tips to share with us after witnessing this game?
Yeah, I think that Nick really blew it on this one. He had he played it and he didn't win.
Thank you so much for coming to this meeting, Sergio. We miss you and we wish you well. That was Mario Superstar Baseball Club, Season 3, Episode 4.
Kisses.
See you next time.